Hey guys, welcome back to Sister Moon Tarot. I have not done a reading on the Idaho 4 case in a little bit, and there's been some news, not news, but updates. So this is for the 4 college students that were brutally unalived in their home in November of 2022. Maddie Mogan, Kaylee Gonsalves, Xana Coronado, and Ethan Chapin. And the prime suspect is Bryan Kohburger. We are in an ongoing effort to get the trial underway. There's obviously a lot of different opinions about whether he's guilty or not. A lot of people feel like there's not sufficient evidence. A lot of people feel very strongly that there is. There was touch DNA on a knife sheath at the scene with his DNA. Some people feel like touch DNA isn't a reliable source. So recently he had to come up with an alibi for where he was that night. And his alibi was previously that he was just driving around because his white Hyundai Elantra is tied to the scene. And his phone was switched off during the alleged minutes of the unalivings, and apparently his alibi is that he was driving around and he was stargazing. Now the new update is that he was stargazing and that there's ways to prove that he wasn't even in that area. So we're gonna just do a deep dive tarot reading into, you know, a lot of people feel like this isn't really an alibi, and a lot of people have made fun of it, like stargazing. Okay, it's just ridiculous at this point, but let's just ask the cards, okay? So I wanted to kind of say, like, certain cards I will say are yes, he was stargazing, and obviously if we get the Star, I feel like that's confirmation he was stargazing. If we get something like the Magician, I feel like that's saying it was a lie. So we'll see. What was Bryan Kohburger? If I get like King of Swords, that's like really like he's responsible, but the cards aren't always very transparent. So what was Bryan Kohburger? Was he stargazing? Was he just out stargazing the night of the unalivings? I don't know if I'm allowed to say the other word. That's why I keep saying unalivings. Okay. 7 of Cups reversed. See, this isn't as clear, but was he just stargazing? Well, he was gazing at something, that's what I'll tell you. No, I don't think he was stargazing. Well, okay. All right, I'll just tell you what these cards are telling me. The Star is reversed. Okay, he was not stargazing. Look, what's the energy around what he was doing? Well, the 7 of Cups reversed is dreams, illusions, options, like choices, not seeing clearly, being pulled in a lot of different directions. It's reversed though. So this could be making a decision. This could be no longer feeling confused about a decision, seeing clearly, okay? So he was actually seeing clearly, which is interesting, the word seeing clearly, because there's been a lot of talk of these old posts of his supposed name of having, what's that condition where you can't see clearly? Snow, something snow? Gosh, I should know this. I've watched so much on the trial. But this is saying, no, he was actually seeing clearly. This was deliberate. But the Ace of Wands reversed is not taking initiative. But the Star is reversed. And also the other thing is that supposedly that was like a cloudy night. So perhaps he didn't know when he left the house, that people say, but like he would have figured out there were no stars to see. So, but this is saying whatever he was seeing clearly, and it wasn't stars. The 5 of Wands is a battle, okay? So it wasn't like a chill night for him. There was actually a battle going on. Now, one could say, was this like an internal battle? No, because it's not reversed. And this is like hard work and accomplishment, the Eight of Pentacles. So he was it feels like he was very deliberate that night. The only thing that doesn't feel very deliberate is the Ace of Wands, now reversed. Now this is kind of giving this story for me, like some say this was a targeted attack and it was about one of the victims. Empress is female, divine feminine, being attracted to someone, and this was about someone who was, this is actually about someone who was not attracted to him. But this could also be he wasn't successful in, like, if this was like a sexually motivated crime, he was not successful or he got rejected. This could be that he went to this house with a motive to sexually be with someone, and she stood her ground and she said no, and then there was a battle. So I'm trying not to let my opinions get involved. I know that a lot of people feel like he's innocent, and I'm not saying there's sufficient evidence to prove that he's not, but initially I didn't think he was, but I'm starting to feel like all of the conspiracy theories are actually making me think he isn't innocent, because it's like people are just taking this too far. But okay, this to me is very clear. This is like a female that wasn't sexually attracted to him, and he wanted to put an end to the like strife of the rejection. But I'm still like unsure about the other players involved. That's where I'm like, because there's so much around that night of, what did you say to Adam? I told him everything. He's going to kill you kind of thing. There was just so many factors going on in these people's lives. So, let's just get an overall card once again for, I'm going to say Jack D. What was Jack D up to? Was his alibi truthful? Jack D was angry. King of Wands reversed. He also was not answering the phone when Kaylee called him, and he was heartbroken. So he was bitter and heartbroken, Jack D. Okay. Let's get a clarity on that King of Wands reversed. I know this reading was supposed to be about Bryan, but we're just delving into that night overall. The Four of Wands reversed. Well, he was emotionally charged that night, Jack D. Kaylee called him like, what, 11 times or something, and he didn't answer the phone right before the incident happened. This is a breakup of a home. This is heartbroken. This is angry. And she was leaving the town. This is saying he wasn't home, Jack D. His alibi is that he was home. Where was Jack D then? This is saying he was not home. And he was not in hermit mode. Where was Jack D? He was alone. Wherever he was alone, which is not what his alibi, his roommate said he was sleeping. Oh my God. Okay, now this is really weird because this is death, but I don't always take this as literal. But if one was really asking, it would come up as like he did this alone. So where was Bryan then? But death could also be he was going through a major death inside of him. This is weird because the Hermit would say he's alone, but then the not alone reverse. But then the Nine of Pentacles would say he was alone. But let's get a clarity on that death. Just to confirm, we're still on Jack D now. Kaylee's ex-boyfriend that did not answer the phone, that was originally thought maybe as a suspect. He was driving alone. He was moving towards something. Wow. He's got a lot of major arcanas. This was like a very significant night for him, for Jack D. But he was holding back from something. So this is like not really taking action. This is more so like a contemplative energy, like he was driving and he was alone and he was holding back. This could have been holding back from answering the call of Kaylee. So where was Bryan that night? Where was Bryan Kohburger that night? But this is weird that Jack got the D. Jack D. Bryan Kohburger was Knight of Pentacles reversed. Eight of Cups, and the Four of Pentacles, and the Three of Wands. He's trying to move on from something, because the Three of Wands is like looking out to the future, what's coming next. The Eight of Cups is walking away. The Knight of Pentacles is no longer investing your energy. And Four of Pentacles is like something you were holding on to. I don't know. I mean, this is very weird, guys. See, this every time I do these readings, I'm left with more questions, because it could go either way. I mean, this could be that Bryan was really fixated on one of the victims, and this was his way of letting go and feeling hopeful and finally being able to look to the future and stop investing in something that wasn't going anywhere. But at the same time, Jack D got death. Jack D's energy was very, very intense that night. But we do have Bryan with the Lovers and the Moon reversed. This is not being chosen. This is a lot of his insecurities coming to the surface, or like a lot of his demons that he didn't want to deal with. I feel the story with Bryan, if one wants to really convict him, could be the angle of he was like a scorned, non-reciprocated lover here. But we're going to have to do a continuation on this as usual. And then we also have movement for Bryan. This is communication. But look, the heart, it's like the heart's kind of broken, and there's energy. There's something around Lovers. Could also be lies coming to the surface. Things being revealed. The Moon reversed is a little bit similar to the Seven of Cups reversed. So, all right, guys, that's the reading I have for you right now. And then we have, I mean, I could keep pulling cards, but I'll say one more. The Seven of Swords, there's betrayal here. I don't know. More to be revealed. I'll see you guys soon. Bye.